What's up, everybody? We're back with another NC9 Talk. I'm Nicholas, and this is my papa, Carlos.
What's up?
Today, division rival Rams versus Niners preview. I mean, what is there to say about this rivalry? Niners have won a lot of games recently against the Rams.
6 of the last 5, maybe? No, 6 of the last 5. 5 of the last 6?
Let's just say they've won a lot in a row until, the bench were playing last year in the Week 18 game. And then the NFC Championship game, as you know. The Rams took it and they went to the Super Bowl. But it's a lot different now. This team has Purdy and not a lot of weapons this game.
Well, this game, half of the team is injured. I think more than half of the team of the Rams are injured. But I feel that the Rams' injuries are more severe than the Niners.
Yeah, they lost their two top wide receivers, Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua, which are their two best players on the offensive side. They do still have Kyron Williams, who is a great running back, rookie that had, I think he's like second in rushing yards to CMC. So they still have a great running back. But Matthew Stafford is going to have to deal with not having his two best weapons.
Yeah, and then we are losing Kittle, we're losing
Debo, we're losing CMC. Oh, he's been out.
I don't know if our cornerback.
Charvarius Ward.
I don't know if he's out or whatnot. But hey, one positive is Hufanga is back.
Tongan Tiger is finally back.
He's expected to play
after the Week 11 torn ACL against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And finally he could play with Jair Brown. Him and Jair Brown in that safety group is gonna look real good.
What do you expect from the offense in this game with all these pieces missing?
This is where Purdy, shows. As you know, he's gonna have to get that big extension, coming up next year. He's not gonna be on his rookie contract anymore.
All right.
So these are the games where he's gonna show I don't need the Avengers, as people say, like Nick Wright, win without the Avengers or whatever. And this is where he shows, what kind of quarterback he is. Does he need the weapons? Does he not? What is he gonna do? In this kind of situation, he still has Ayuk. He still has Jordan Mason, a dog. Juwan Jennings, Kyle Juszczyk, Trent Williams, on the offensive line.
It's crazy that with all these injuries, he still has all these weapons.
Exactly, and Purdy knows how to use his weapons, so he just has to prove that he's not just a game manager like everyone says, which I think he's proved. But a lot of people say he is that because of his weapons. So his weapons are out, so let's see what you can do, and just ball out.
I think they need to dominate on the run game. As we saw last week, the Rams ran almost
231 yards rushing by the Arizona Cardinals. And on top of that, Kyler Murray threw for 270 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a perfect passer rate.
So, keys of this game for me is establish a running game and they get the play action going. Like almost every game. That's perfect, right? But for us, to be honest with you, Jordan Mason, number 2 in the league on the rushing. So, the way we continue this is keep feeding the guy. He's a dog, man. He's eating, and he's eating everybody up. So if the Arizona Cardinals were able to rush almost 300 yards last week. Yeah, last week. I think they should be able to do the same thing this year. This week, right? I think we have a better offensive line. We have a better overall offense altogether than the Arizona Cardinals. And I think we just keep it simple. We run, play action, misdirection, and I think these guys who Kyle Shanahan he's gonna put in, I think they're gonna be excited to play really well.
Yeah, they're gonna play okay, we finally have our shot. Isaac Guerrero, maybe he's gonna get a few more touches this game. Sauber at tight end, as we saw when Kittle got to get an IV.
And Juszczyk.
Juszczyk is going to be definitely used this game. Juwan Jennings, Ayuk, the two wide receivers, top wide receivers on the team, they're going to have to show it. Ayuk especially.
Ayuk has to have a big game. Jennings has to have a big game. I feel these are the type of games that these guys are going to come in as backup. These are the type of games that they're going to need to either stay on the team or in addition to other teams. So they want to play well. So I feel that's an advantage for us. Same thing with the Rams. Rams are going to put in guys that are going to want to do well.
Yeah, because they have no Cooper Kupp, they have no Puka Nacua, so they have Tutu Atwell, Demarcus Robinson. They have guys that You know, they've been
They're
playmaking
veterans.
they've been playmaking this year, so they still got some good wide receivers over there, just not the ones that they're usually accustomed to.
So run game, establish it, play action, right? Have all these guys on both ends, right? The difference is we have a better defense.
We didn't even get to that yet.
So that's what separates this game. Just to me, this is what comes down to it. Who plays better defense, right?
And who has the best defensive player
And
in the world?
And the defensive player of the year so far within 2 weeks is
Rico Warner.
I mean, it's not even close. What he's done the last 2 weeks it's crazy.
And if you want to say, oh, you're biased to this, I mean, his stats back it up right now.
As the league.
His stats back it up right now. Just alone in the last game.
Just stats on its own.
9 catch boosts, 2 pass breakups, 1 sack, 1 interception, 2 forced fumbles.
That was last week.
That was just one game.
In 2 weeks, he has four forced fumbles.
Forced fumbles. And it's just
And
he's having an
he's
unbelievable
just all
start.
over the place.
He's everywhere. I mean, when you have a linebacker like that, he's everywhere.
And Greenlow's about to do. I think he's due back 4th week,
I mean,
4th or 5th week or something like that. More or less, it doesn't make a difference.
maybe they extend a little bit to where, like, you know, when they
Has
play
a
the
little more rest,
Cowboys,
yeah.
they play the Chiefs. But, you know, Ufanga's back, like you said.
Yeah, and we're
then-
going to Southern California, home away
Levi's
from home.
South. And it's going to be 62% Niners fans.
It's
I
gonna
mean,
be loud.
who's surprised by that percentage, though? Who's surprised?
No,
It's usually where,
this game we should have gone. That was better Minnesota.
yeah, Minnesota was, one of these fans.
But yeah,
They're going to be using that hard count for sure.
yeah.
And
So I think Niners eat them up on defense, and just pretty much just shut them out early, and just get on top of them. And you know what, I feel Purdy can have a big game, just because they're gonna I think he's gonna want to prove even more, because he's already proven. I think he's gonna prove even more that, you know what, I can play this game,
And it's the perfect chance to.
and I can play with. Just give me guys that want to play. I'll get the ball to them, and I think that's what's gonna happen. Especially we're gonna be able to run the ball right and consistently, and I think Kyle Shanahan might run it like 30 times. I think they ran it 30 times first game. It's been a while since they ran it like 30 times.
Yeah, because of the dynamic offense they have. But it's just,
They know each
Purdy-
other. This is a division game, right?
yeah, this is a division game. You know, you never know.
They know
I mean,
each other.
any game, but especially a division game where
They know each other
you
well.
gotta stay on your toes. You cannot
Consistent.
take this light.
So limit the penalties, the dumb plays. 3 and short, get it. We need to win on 3rd downs. We need to get them off on 3rd downs, this is like football 1-on-1. But still, it's that simple, to be honest with you. If you win these things and you win the turnover battle, game's over. Game's over. All right. So,
I feel Niners could force some, big turnovers.
Of
especially
course.
on Stafford.
fumbles, interceptions.
He had 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions last game, but he did lose a fumble. So,
Bosa could eat.
and he had Cooper
Floyd.
Kupp that game. So
Bosa, I heard he was. They seen him he was limited.
he's gonna.
But
I think
I think at this point, almost everybody's limited. Like the whole league is limited right now. The whole league is injured. So it's not just the Niners,
play. I think he's gonna play, and Matthew Stafford, who's losing his 2 first options, so I feel he doesn't have that trustworthy Cooper Kupp like he always had. First week he targeted him 21 times.
21 times.
21 times in the first week against the Lions. So he doesn't have that, especially no Puka Nacua. So I think they're going to force some turnovers, big time. Especially Fred Warner with his IQ and his... He does everything for this team. Like,
Yeah.
You name one thing on defense that he does not do. I mean, just name
Doesn't
it.
do right.
He just...
I don't think there is anything he can do right.
You can't. They're really...
There is not. At least so far within 2 games, he's done everything that he could possibly do to win the game pretty much on his own.
He could cover. He could force turnovers. He could stop the run.
That interception was on a coverage.
And that was he just read the QB's eyes from a mile away.
Yeah.
And he flew out for that. And then the one at the end zone where he punched it out on Aaron Jones.
He's a smart dude.
I mean, he's just...
And I think it's just gonna get. I think he's just gonna continue with this ref of Fred Warner and the chip on his shoulders. And you know, I think that again, there shouldn't because I said this last week. I said, oh, there shouldn't be no reason. There shouldn't be this, shouldn't be that. I was wrong. I missed, underestimated the
Vikings.
The Vikings so
and you
bad.
definitely can't underestimate.
And you can't understand the Rams
because Sean
just
McVay, a smart coach.
Just because they're injured doesn't mean like okay, they're gonna have dogs on there, and they also have professionals. But we do have advantage. Unfortunately, it is what it is. They're both hurt, but I think our injuries are not as severe as theirs.
And the fact that you could say that when you lose.
I mean, that's crazy how good this team is. That you could lose 4 key members of offense or defense, and you still have all these weapons left and right. So, with that said, Purdy needs to. I think he's gonna hit 250, 280, passing 2 touchdowns. I think.
Efficient, great game.
Jordan Mason, I think he's gonna get a $150, $160. There's no reason why he shouldn't have that. If what happened last week with the Cardinals, he may even have more, but. I think they're
it's
gonna
either that or they spread the.
I think now that Debo's out, they're gonna use that Ricky running back 31. I think.
Yeah.
Is he 31?
Isaac Gurindo. Yep.
He runs hard, so they may put him to punt returner number 10.
Ronnie Bell.
Okay, so they're probably gonna use him in the slot maybe.
Yeah, and you also have Chris Conley. Yeah, but Jacob Cowan.
We have a lot of dudes that can play, and they just don't play because we have such great players ahead of them. So, you know, it's gonna be one of those things. I feel because of so many weapons missed, I think they barely hit 28. I think they're gonna hit 24 points. Just because of many weapons missed. But I think they hit 24, 25 points.
They haven't scored more than 2 touchdowns this whole season. That's
cool.
Right.
How did they win the first game with plus 30 points?
Yeah, 2 touchdowns and 6 field goals.
Oh, that's right. Well, yes, I forgot. Yeah, I like how they get all that. But I think they go 24, 25 points to, 13. Quiet 13. I mean, if this is a close game, I feel like if it's a close game, it's going to be advantage to the Rams, to be honest with you. And you don't want this to be a close game, even though it's, Levi South, whatever they want to call it. 24, 25 to 13, I think Niners win. And just get back on their, win streak when they go 2-1.
2-1, and then they're going to head back home against the Patriots.
What do you think?
I got 31 49ers, 16 Rams. I think defense is going to dominate and get a defensive touchdown this game. That's what I see for this game.
I think O'Fallon gets an interception.
Welcome back. Welcome back interception.
And Warner continues to have crazy havoc.
It's just unbelievable to get to watch Fred Warner every single week.
Yeah, I mean, I got to watch Ken Norton Jr., which he was like a Dallas Cowboys with Ken Norton, Woodall. These are great linebackers. Then, what are you gonna say with? I remember how we had Peterson. He was like an outside rusher, but kind of linebacker. And then Patrick Willis, Bowman, and then now we get to see Fred Warner. I mean, we're going.
Greenlaw when he comes back, they are dogs.
And he's only now, I think, 2 forced fumbles away from catching up to.
So Patrick Willis has franchise history. So
imagine that.
So let's see if he adds on to his ranking.
And the last, I think, defensive player of the year that was the linebacker was Ray Lewis. If I'm not mistaken, it could be wrong, but it's hardly ever a linebacker
because they don't get
like the sacks or
and
whatever.
They don't care about like the tackles. They care about the interceptions or they care about the sacks.
But it's all about I think the effect he has on the game is crazy.
And the NFL needs to realize this, and I feel the players will see the impact Fred Warner has against them.
If he continues this way the whole year, it's going to be really hard to pick him more. And he's going to be probably in the top 20, top 10 next year, top 15, top 100, right?
I think he's going to be top 10 this year for sure. On the top 100 list. I mean, if he keeps it up, stays healthy, hope team stays healthy.
Yeah.
He has potential to be one of the. He already is one of the greatest. He's getting up there.
One of the greatest Niners for sure. But anyways, stay tuned. This whole year we're gonna have guests.
Yeah, we're gonna have special
Guests,
guests. You know, just
so-
stay tuned for that. You know, not a set right now, but we're gonna find out how much we have this year.
Yeah, sprinkle some old guests, maybe new guests. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, but thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below your predictions for this game. I mean, we got Niners all day, every day.
Who's your key players? Who's gonna come on top and give us your prediction?
Yes, sir. Let's go Niners, baby. Peace.